Are you prepared to see a new era in photo editing begin? Say hello to Photoshop Firefly, Adobe's newest creation, with groundbreaking features that'll astound you, unleash your imagination like never before. Imagine being able to add elements that weren't there before, while also fixing imperfections, boosting colors, and adding elements. Technology has consistently pushed the envelope of what is possible in the consistently developing realm of design. Integrating Photoshop's generative fill Firefly AI is one of the most recent developments, and it has fundamentally altered how designers realize their visions. I went out to examine this cutting-edge technology because I'm a designer who's always looking for new ways to create. I was pleasantly surprised by the virtually endless aesthetic options that it offered. Adobe Firefly is the name of AI's Adobe counterpart. The photo and video editing capabilities of the Adobe suite are astounding, as are all of Adobe's AI generative tools. One of the AI-powered image generators with moral education, Adobe Firefly, was trained using images from Adobe stock. Anyone with a Photoshop subscription plan can download the beta version of Photoshop from the Creative Cloud desktop app. Moreover, beta apps is a category in the left column that contains the beta apps. The new Photoshop function, called Generative Fill Firefly AI, makes extensive use of artificial intelligence to repair and replace damaged or missing portions of images. Moreover, it functions by examining the nearby pixels and creating new pixels consistent with the image's appearance and content. Now let's look at the steps for using the Firefly. When Photoshop is open and your image is selected, use the crop tool to expand your canvas. First, we'll extend an abstract illustration before moving on to landscapes and people. Now click the layer for your image in the Layers panel while holding Ctrl or Command, hence the layer will be chosen by this. Next, reverse the selection by selecting Select, then Inverse to choose the canvas's empty spaces. Next, press the Generative Fill button, leave the prompt box blank, and press Generate. Hence, Photoshop will try to fill the vacant space by using the current pixels as a reference when we produce without a prompt. Now there are three options available for you to select from in the window, the Properties window. First, we have the Generate button, which is likewise included in the Properties box, which allows you to generate more. Until an image is converted, all created image variations are saved in generative layers. However, they will significantly increase PSD and PSB file sizes. Although Adobe Firefly and Photoshop does a wonderful job with landscapes, it also excels at enlarging abstract backdrops and textures. Moreover, on Envato Elements, we can see the earlier version of the sample. Although the outcomes will vary, you can utilize Firefly with human subjects to convert close-up photos into full-body shots. Hope you got a clear idea of using Firefly Photoshop to create AI images. So if you have any doubts, please feel free to comment. As you know, we're always here to help. Let's move on to how to use Firefly to add details. First, use one of the selection tools to pick out the area where you want to add specific details to an image, as any selection tool will do better. However, my personal favorites are the lasso and rectangular marquee tools. Choose the Generative Fill button, then enter the desired addition. Here I typed dog. We can enter any word as you wish. Now, after entering your prompt, click Generate. The window to Properties panel will present three options, much like extending a picture. The Generate button is positioned above the variations, or you can generate more by utilizing it. As many generative layers as you require may be created. I expanded the sky and added a lighthouse down below. Every additional detail has its layer. The previous image is accessible on Envato Elements. So that's how an Adobe Firefly AI is used. My favorite way to use Photoshop Generative Tool is to extend landscapes, backdrops, and textures since it is so strong. Comment down your favorite tools, and don't forget why you love them. Let's see which is the most lovable tool of Firefly Photoshop. As with every Photoshop tool, experimentation is the key. Find out how Adobe Firefly integrates with your current processes and choose the best method that suits you. Do you know how to change the background using the lasso tool in Firefly? We're going to use a lasso tool to make a quick selection of the area surrounding the background. Just to demonstrate to you how effectively this works, I'm making a very arbitrary choice. You don't want it to be too tight, you should give it some space. We'll now click Generate a Fill option. Why don't we also include the city? Press Generate. Additionally, the Properties panel gives us three choices. It generates 3 additional photos each time that we generate or alter the prompt. Pick the one you want to employ. Things are gonna get exciting now. Can you believe that we have tools in Firefly that'll help us change our outfits? Now use the lasso tool to select and enter jeans in the Generative Fill field. Then let's examine the differences. We can view the info panel's thumbnails to see the variances or utilize the toolbar's arrow buttons. These photos are entirely new and we might have never seen them before. Let us demonstrate. Why not convert this jacket into a plaid shirt instead? Use the lasso tool to make a selection and enter a plaid shirt. And observe that. You may not always obtain great outcomes from this, so let's go for a tank top. Wow, this one appears to be fairly realistic. I mean, take a look at the shirt and the arms. Look at how the area of the sleeves and everything else is formed. Amazing, isn't it? As a result, we now have more hair. Undoubtedly, there are many bugs to address the improvements that need to be done. In addition to functionality, Firefly's training data is a crucial component. According to Adobe, the model was solely trained on materials the firm has permission to use, such as Adobe stock photos, materials with open licenses, and materials not subject to copyright restrictions. In contrast to AI models that are less open about their training data, anything made utilizing the generative fill feature is safe for commercial usage. Because of the potential legal repercussions, this will likely reassure creatives and agencies who have been afraid to deploy AI skills. Furthermore, generative fill AI supports content credentials, a nutrition label system that recognizes the usage of artificial intelligence in content creation or modification by adding credit data to photographs before publishing them online. Additionally, by viewing a picture on the website verify.contentauthenticity.org, you can find a data summary and check the image's content credentials. The Senior Vice President of Digital Media at Adobe, Ashley Still, stated that by integrating Firefly directly into workflows as a creative co-pilot, Adobe is accelerating ideation, exploration, and production for all of our customers. Although Generative Fill isn't currently available for the full version of Photoshop, you may test it out right away by downloading the desktop beta software or a module from the Firefly beta app. The public Photoshop app will be fully released, said Adobe, in the second half of 2023. Here are a few pointers and strategies for elevating your Firefly experience. First, choose a perfect photo. Generative Fill Firefly AI works best with images with a clear subject and background. Generative Fill Firefly AI may have trouble filling the damaged or missing areas if the image is too busy or congested. Next, provide detailed directions. It is essential to give Generative Fill Firefly AI clear instructions on what to do when using it. For instance, you must first select the area and then describe the item to be added as exactly as possible for the AI to bring an object from a photograph to life. Next, we must exercise patience. Generative Fill Firefly AI can create a new image in a few minutes, so be patient and let it finish the job. Additionally, when playing with Firefly, start with a broad idea of what you want to create and include a subject. Anything, whether a structure, a creature, or a vehicle, can be the topic. With AI, there are no boundaries. However, remember that AI still has some restrictions when analyzing text, so it's best to avoid prompts that make use of the word imagery. There you have it, creative explorers. With Adobe's new Photoshop Firefly, unlock the unusual and watch your imagination soar. Don't forget to press that like button, subscribe to our channel, and leave your opinions in the comments section below if you're as amazed as we are. Stay tuned for more fascinating tutorials because picture editing will never be the same.